parents and my dear students. In today's EVS class, we will take up lesson 18. Let us communicate. So open your EVS book to page 127 and let's do the lesson. What is communication? Communication is sending messages and receiving messages from people. In the olden days, people sent messages by pigeons or horse riders. This was very time consuming. It took a very long time. Today, we have faster means of communication. Communication is broadly of three types: postal communication, telephonic communication, and mass communication. Let's take a look at postal communication. Postal communication is communication through letters and postcards. The Department of Post and Telegraphs helps us in this way of communication. Open your book to page 125 and let's read how we can communicate through letters. You can write your messages or letter on an inland paper. The paper is put in an envelope with a stamp. The envelope is sealed. The address is written on the inland or envelope. It is important to write the postal index number, short form is PIN, to speed up the mail so that the letter reaches its destination faster. Once you post your letters in a letterbox, the postman picks up all the letters from the letterbox and takes them to the local post office. Letters from a zone or area are collected and routed to their destination via rail, road or aeroplane. Another postman at the local post office in the destination city delivers the letters. In cities, the entire process takes only 2 or 3 days. Post offices also offer speed post services that ensures quick delivery of letters. Money can be sent through the post office using money order forms. And do you know, India has 1,55,000 post offices and it is the largest postal system in the whole world. The next means of communication is telephonic communication. It is the most direct and the fastest means of communication. We can use telephones like landlines which are connected to wires. Or you can also use a mobile phone. If you are using landline phones to speak to somebody within the country, you can use subscriber trunk dialing known as STD. If you want to talk to somebody outside the country, you can use international subscriber dialing known as ISD. Mobile phones have short messaging services known as SMS. In this kind of communication, you can also use fax machines, which can send a copy of a written message instantly. Or you can use telex, which is a machine like a typewriter that receives and sends signals over telephone lines. Next is mass communication. What is mass communication? Mass communication is a means of conveying a message to a large number of people at the same time. Newspapers are a means of mass communication. Newspaper like Hindustan Times, Times of India, and there are other Hindi newspapers too. Newspapers are the most popular and the cheapest means of mass communication. They give us information about what is happening around the country and the world. Next are magazines. Magazines are also a means of giving information. We also have radio and television. On a radio, you can listen to the news, songs and advertisements. On the television, you can listen and see the news, movies and advertisements. Nowadays, we have computers, but they need to be linked through the internet. And if they're linked through the internet, you can send messages through emails, electronic mail. Now, let's look at other ways of communication. People who are deaf or the hearing impaired are people who have difficulty in hearing, and people who cannot speak communicate through sign language. Sign language replaces spoken words with movements of hands, fingers, gestures, and facial expressions. Lip reading is another way by which the deaf communicate. Lip reading is recognizing spoken words by reading the shape and the movement of the lips of the person who is speaking. Classical dancers use signs, gestures and postures to express themselves. These are called mudras. With this, we come to the end of today's lesson. Worksheets related to this topic will be uploaded on your school website. Parents, please help your children to go through them. Thank you. Have a good day.